Together, we can do anything. We can move mountains if we try. We can change the world if we work together, reaching.
Each year, more than 26,000 youth 18 to 21 in the United States age out of foster care and face significant challenges transitioning to adulthood. Without safety nets or support systems, they're forced to go it alone. But BNY Mellon wants to change this picture for foster care and other vulnerable youth in the U.S. and around the globe. The company is entering the third year of its Pathways program, a $6 million 5-year global initiative to help vulnerable youth in the United States, United Kingdom, and India transition into adulthood. Recently, it hosted a Thought Leadership Summit to raise awareness of the issue of youth aging out of foster care and develop achievable strategies for improving educational and employment opportunities. Thought leaders from the corporate world, as well as from academia and the social service and philanthropic communities attended. Their backgrounds were different, but they shared a common passion: to help youth become self-sufficient.
And I vowed at that time, after spending time myself in the Persian Gulf War, so if I could go to war and fight for the country, which I really believed in, then I could go to war and fight for a group of young people in this country who were very vulnerable, who were left out, left behind.
They tackled the issue from a local angle and from a national one.
It's very hard to create a national profile because of how diverse and interesting local child welfare systems are. So what's true nationally may or may not be true locally. And I think it's very important that you think of these questions not as questions which have a specific answer, but questions that have an answer for your location.
They acknowledge the barriers that exist to helping this vulnerable population.
It's a big challenge, and it requires the sort of patience on the part of policymakers, practitioners, agency executives, funders. It takes a great deal of patience to allow these natural developmental processes to play out and understand whether or not what you're doing is paying off in the way you intend.
They discussed how the lack of personal and community engagement can prevent young people from having the lives they want.
We currently at Jim Casey have a diverse partnerships in 15 states that are in different stages of implementation. And all of our sites are guided by a theory of change with a corresponding logic model, which is built around 5 core strategies. The first strategy and most fundamental is authentic youth engagement. The second core strategy is developing community partnerships. The third strategy is research, evaluation, and communications. The fourth strategy is creating public will and policy. And then the fifth strategy is the increased opportunities for young people. The outcomes that we focus on at the Jim Casey Youth Opportunities Initiative are permanence, education, employment, healthcare, and housing.
The importance of helping them develop life plans that they can achieve was also discussed.
We also know that there are many pathways available to youth, and we have to be really cognizant and mindful of thinking about youth, what's appropriate for them, and sending them on a path that makes sense. So whether it's a 4-year degree, a 2-year degree, a technical field, a service industry, we need to personalize this for youth.
With 90% of youth earning less than $10,000 in the year after aging out of foster care, helping young people get and keep viable jobs is critical.
How can we help youth find these career opportunities and become successful professionals? Exposure, getting them out there, giving them opportunities to understand what the careers are, talk to students, bring them into your doors, into your companies, mentor, hold a field trip, job shadow, do whatever it takes, bring them in, let them see this, increase the number of internships and jobs available for these youth, connect with them, help them really explore what career interests can be available to them.
Another critical factor is peer support.
And then the last piece is really the youth engagement, which was been talked about as so important, and we've really seen that. And the best voice are kids in the system and have been through the system. So we've hired quite a few youth support partners, alumni who really can relate to the youth who are currently in the system in a way that us old folks could never possibly do.
Attendees of the summit got to hear a real-life success story from a former foster care youth.
My name is Sean Johnson. I am 21 years old. I have been in and out of the system since I was 8. The reason I entered the system is because my mother could not maintain a suitable living environment for me and my younger brothers. I'm the oldest of 4 boys, and very young I noticed that my younger brothers looked up to me. And I learned that the decisions I made, they might actually make those same decisions. So my motivation has always been family. I'm thinking about going to grad school, and right now I'm in the preparation stages of getting to grad school.
Supporting programs that help vulnerable youth is expensive, but there are greater costs to not supporting them. Sean is living proof that investing in this population can and does create lasting impact and change.
There are a lot of challenges, and there's a lot we know, but a lot we don't know at the same time. And so we really need to continue to work in events like this to put our heads together and come up with those practices that will work, and then be able to test them, to be able to examine them through good, rigorous research.
BNY Mellon isn't the only organization that wants to make a difference. It has created a community advisory committee that will help the company implement strategies and provide resources that will help prepare vulnerable youth for independence and put them on a path towards self-sufficiency. Will you join us? To learn more, please visit www.bnymellon.com/pathways.